So it is actually day 52, June 10th. I hiked into Catawba, that video that you saw, where I ate at the home place and went to Four Pines Hostel, hiked down off the Dragon's Tooth in that miserable weather. A little more explanation. So that was like super rocky. There was rebar on the rocks, pouring rain coming down up there, really steep, tough day. My ankle was hurting from 2 or 3 days before and was getting worse actually. So I've been here in Troutville. That's the outfitter. A lot of packs outside. I've been here in Troutville for, let's see, hiked into Catawba day 49. I've been here day 50, 51, and now it's day 52. Just resting my ankle. Hopefully it's getting better. I have a brace on it now. And then I'm going to try slack packing tomorrow. Mrs. Mulligan is here, so that all worked out just absolutely perfect. So really nice to have a car. We went to the movies yesterday, getting a few supplies here at the outfitter. And actually Whistler is here as well. He's resting his ankle. And we're just having a coffee latte. There's Mrs. Mulligan. Whistler, say hi.
Hey. Hi.
And I'm having a hot chocolate, so we're just resting up, and the weather has been miserable for 5 days. It's a break in the rain now, but it's supposed to pour again this afternoon, and then it's finally going to break tomorrow. So I'm going to try slack packing tomorrow and see how it goes with my ankle, but trying to take the long view here as far as still got a long ways to go, and trying to stay on trail without making it any worse. So we'll see how it goes. Keep you posted. It's June 16th. By the time anyone sees this, it'll be belated Father's Day, but happy Father's Day. And I just got dropped off by Mrs. Mulligan back at Newport Road. So it was back on, I think, the 4th of June that I walked out of Parisburg with just a little twinge in my ankle. And I was thinking, you know, I don't know what that is, but I woke up with it, just walking to breakfast, felt this little twinge. I thought, oh, that's nothing, just a little stiffness, it'll go away. Well, it didn't go away. I had like 55 miles to get to this road crossing here, and you saw Four Pines Hostel. I took some video of the restaurant, the home place. Those places are right near here. So Newport Road is where you get off for Four Pines Hostel. But those 55 miles, the first day it didn't really get worse, my ankle, but then after that it got progressively worse, and the weather got progressively worse. And it's something, the injury with my ankle was something that was much worse on any downhill. It almost would feel fine on the uphill, excuse me. And then it all sort of culminated on that last day with the miserable weather. You saw me in the video going by the Audie Murphy monument in the rain, and went over Dragon's Tooth. Didn't have any views. It was pouring, miserable weather. There's some kind of record crazy amount of rain in those 4 or 5 days, you know, inches and inches of rain, like record rain. And the climb down off of Dragon's Tooth was the most technically challenging, and everything was really, really wet. There was rebar for steps in the rocks because it was steep. And so that, I'm sure, just kept making it worse. My ankle's hurting more and more. So I hobbled into Four Pines Hostel and was just so fortunate and lucky that the timing worked out with Mrs. Mulligan visiting. So had a car, access to a car. We went to the Quality Inn in Daleville. My head was telling me, oh, just a couple days rest, I'll be fine. But obviously you can tell by my gray beard, I'm not 25. And so after a couple of days, it wasn't any better. And then we went up to UVA in Charlottesville, visited there, went to Monticello, visited there, went up to Northern Virginia, visited with some old friends we hadn't seen in a while. So that was just really, really nice time. And now here I am, like, 9 days later, back at Newport Road. And I'm just doing a short 6-mile slack pack. Again, Mrs. Mulligan's here for a little while longer, so slack packing today and for at least the next week, just to see how my ankle goes. But really just in the last couple of days, it started feeling a whole lot better. Feels totally normal today, although even now I have a brace on it just to be sure, but just gonna see how that goes today. One of the things we did while I was off the trail is we went to the movies and saw Rocket Man, the Elton John movie, and I've got in my head, I'm Still Standing, his song, I'm Still Standing. I won't sing it to you, I'll save you, or I won't make you suffer through that, but I've got that in my head. I'm still standing, and I'm back on trail. And hopefully today will go well, and we'll do some bigger miles tomorrow, although trying to be prudent here at the same time. In a weird coincidence, unfortunately, my friend Whistler came down with, sounds like exact same ailment, so just a couple days after me, and he's been resting in Roanoke too, so we may continue here together in a couple of days when he's better, hopefully. So 6 miles today, and hopefully it will go well. So this slightly injured thru hiker on a couple of days off here rehabilitating his slightly injured ankle is in Charlottesville visiting Monticello and the University of Virginia. So it was just maybe an hour and a half away from where I got off trail, maybe 2 hours by road. So I came up here and we're staying for a couple days and then hopefully back on the trail on, I don't know what day it is, but next Sunday. So we're getting a tour of Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's home, the third president and author of the Declaration of Independence. Awesome view. Didn't realize it was up on top of a hill like this. There's Mrs. Mulligan. I think that's looking east, but I'm not sure. There's the home back there. Some of the gardens, and then this would be the rear of the house, rear of Monticello. I should also mention that not only am I back on trail, I am back on trail with some stylish new shoes. Same kind, Brooks Cascadias. I think these are model 13 versus the previous ones were model 12s. I think I bought several pair before I left home, so I'm on my second pair. That last pair of 12s lasted 700 trail miles. I probably had another at least 100 on them from back at home, so we'll just say 800 miles. And that probably wasn't any contributing factor to my ankle problem. You never know, but I don't think it was. But they were well overdue to be replaced. I probably should have replaced them like 200 miles earlier. But once they went bad and had a blowout on the side, they got really bad a lot more quickly. It progressed quickly once they sort of got worn out. So new shoes, that's like Christmas in the middle of the year, and also new poles. So that just looks a whole lot better than that one that I snapped in half. Probably around, I don't know, what was that, mile 675, something like that. And when you've walked 600 plus miles using two poles, then you have one pole, and I probably had to do, I don't know, 35 miles or something with that, just one pole. It just throws you all off. You're so used to having two poles, your balance is accustomed to it over the course of 6 or 7 weeks, and then just having one, you know, it definitely helps. It's better than having none, but it was just really, really awkward and uncomfortable. So I am excited not only to be back on trail, But new poles and new shoes. And I have to say, it's only been half an hour since I started out slack packing here, but I'm really happy and enjoying being back on the trail. I mean, it was really nice to have some time off, but I'm enjoying it so far. And my ankle feels great, although it's really early, right? But everything feels good, all systems go. We're coming up on cow pasture. I can smell them. And there's the stile. I smell cows. I don't see any cows yet. I can still smell them. And another really nice development, I would say that since I got off the trail in this last week, at least through here anyway, I don't know how long it'll last, but someone has cut the grass back on either side of the trail through here. So it's really nice not to have all that tall grass rubbing up against my legs and the possible ticks that go with that. I don't remember if I'd mentioned it or not, that over the course of the previous couple weeks before I got off, I had taken a couple ticks off my legs, not embedded, but just in the evening when I tried to check for them anyway. I had taken a couple off, and it never helps when you've got just all the undergrowth just overhanging the trail as it's, really grown out in the last few weeks, especially with the rain. It's really grown out, just rubs against you all day long. It looks like, at least through here anyway, it's really nice. It's all cut back, and cut back recently since I was out last. There's another difference. It's amazing. Just in a week, the differences. You can see like the blackberries are just starting to get ripe. It's interesting, I just stopped past 4 backpackers and asked them if they were thru hikers. They said no, they're doing the Triple Crown. And I know the Triple Crown, or I think of the Triple Crown in hiking, is doing the Appalachian Trail, Pacific Crest Trail, and the Continental Divide Trail. So at some point doing all 3 and completing all 3. But this Triple Crown they're referring to is Dragon's Tooth, which they would have gone over yesterday, and that's the one I went over in the rain and didn't even really see it. Coming up probably late today or tomorrow morning would be McAfee Knob, which is probably the single most photographed place on the Appalachian Trail outside of the top of Mount Katahdin. And then the third one I've heard people don't talk about quite as much, but I heard it's even better, more spectacular, is Tinker Cliffs. So that's the sort of the Triple Crown of backpacking through this area. So I didn't do so well on Dragon's Tooth as far as enjoying it and getting good weather. But hopefully the next 2 with Tinker Cliffs and McAfee Knob, I'll do better. See both of those hopefully tomorrow morning if today goes well. So looking forward to that. I don't know if you can see this, but I just finished slack packing and it's hailing and lightning and thunder and pouring in between the hailing.